Picture this, you're in a room full of people and everyone is discussing and going crazy about the football match currently happening, debating players, scores, statistics. You have no idea what they're even talking about, and you are just sitting there with absolutely nothing to say, to contribute. Not because you're not smart, not because you're less of a man, it just doesn't interest you. Like those things doesn't impress you. To you, it just sounds like noise. Now stick with me because in this video I'm going to explain why some men doesn't care about sports like you do. All right, let's get right in. Everyone assumes men who don't watch sports like football, basketball are either soft, boring, or maybe they are just missing something, like they are not normal. Some would even go as far as saying they are gay. I'm sure you've heard things like that. But what if I tell you the reason has nothing to do with sports? What if I tell you it is how your brain was wired from childhood? The truth is, I don't watch sports either. So I'm actually speaking from a personal point of view. When I found out the reason why, it completely made sense. The first reason why some men don't like watching sports is because they never learned the language. Let me explain. Think about sports like a spoken language, just like any other language, Spanish, Russia, If you don't grow up in a place where it is spoken, it is difficult for you to understand it, for you to learn it. The same thing applies to sports. If you grow up in a house where your parents don't watch sports, none of your siblings watch sports. I mean, if your dad never owns the TV, never shouts goal at the screen, it could be difficult for you to like it. To you, it just sounds like background noise when you hear other people talking about it. So the bottom line is you don't hate football or any other sport. You just didn't find someone to teach you to love it. The second reason why some men don't like football or don't watch any other sport is they never had the couch memory. The thing about sport and any other entertainment out there is most men don't just love the sport. They actually love the experience of sitting next to someone close to them watching the sport. The same thing with soap operas, the same thing with K dramas. Let me give you an example. Think about those series maybe when you were young. Okay, for instance, Merlin. Let's look at Merlin, for example. Merlin is very popular. Think about who you watched Merlin with. I'm pretty sure you likely watch Merlin with people. There was an emotional attachment to the series when you watch it with people that were close to you. Research actually shows it that fathers are the number one reason why children watch sports, because kids actually emulate what their parents are doing just to feel close to them. For example, my dad loved boxing. I can watch boxing from morning to night and I won't get tired. I love boxing so much because I've attached it to some kind of memory and connection. Like we both connect with each other through this. So the bottom line is this: the love of sports was never really about the sport. It was about the people who were watching it with you. The third reason why some men don't like sports or don't even care about sports is they don't need a team to feel whole. The truth is, some men don't need to be in a crowd or to feel among to feel good about themselves. Humans naturally wants to belong to something, to a tribe, to a circle, to a community. And sports like football, basketball, gives that feeling. I mean, put on a jersey, go to the stadium, sit among thousands of strangers and share with them. That just make you feel like you belong to something bigger. Funny enough, there's even a name for it. I think it's called bugging or bulking. Basking in reflected glory. It's simple. If your team win, your brain feels like you've won too. If they won the trophy, your brain feels like it is yours too, even if technically we know it's not yours. You just feel so connected that you feel you are the one winning. But men who don't like sports don't need that. Like even if they're going to be happy for someone, it will be like a close person to them, not someone far away that they cannot reach. So the bottom line is this: it's not like they are cold or antisocial. It's just that they don't necessarily need borrowed glory to feel good about themselves. The fourth reason why some men don't care about football or sport in general is they need to handle the controller by themselves. There's a psychological concept called parasocial relationship. It basically means caring deeply about people who don't know you exist. You're the only one that know them, they don't know you. But the care, you can die for them. As long as they are winning, you are okay, you are contented. For the men who don't really care about sports, caring so deeply about something that they are not actively influencing, like they are just living to fate or living to other people to control, sounds frustrating and pointless. If I can't decide my fate by, actually working on this, why should I be interested in it? Bro, you guys can also testify. You football fans can also testify that football is frustrating. I've heard stories of people die because of football, because of watching a football match. I mean, heart attack, anxiety, pressure. So people who don't really care about sport don't want those stress. Imagine someone handing you a video game controller and warns you not to touch it, not to control it or play the characters. So you just have to watch the screen while the characters plays itself. That is what watching football feels like to these men. You'd rather just spend those time instead, working on something, maybe learning a new skill, building a new hobby. So bottom line is, it's not like they don't like competition. It's not like they don't like suspense. It's not like they don't like watching people, win. It's just that they like to be the one competing more than just sitting on the sideline watching. The fifth reason why some men don't really care about football and sport is because they feel like their brain needs to grow. The thing about men who don't like sport as much is they get bored easily. Not because they are restless, but because their mind need complexity to stay engaged. The brain needs problem that grows, evolve, changes, don't repeat itself over and over again. And professional sport goes against that. Professional sports are designed to be cyclical, to be repeatable. Same rules, same season, someone wins, someone loses. Repeats over and over again. Pass the ball, score. 22 people pursuing one ball. For a mind that craves growth, that can feel boring very easily. So the bottom line is this: a mind like that isn't missing the point of sports. I'm not saying sports like football doesn't have a point. Of course, that is a billion-dollar industry. Like sport is very, very important for entertainment. But all I'm saying is men who don't really care about sports don't really see it as something that interesting. It's more like that is just a small puzzle for them. So if you ever feel out of place in a room full of sport fans, everyone discussing sport, the latest jersey, the latest player in town, now you know why you don't feel as interested as you should, or you know why you're feeling left out. You're not missing out, you're not weird, you're not gay.